I'll sleep when I'm dead. You've heard it 100 times, the student pulling an all-nighter, the entrepreneur bragging about 4 hours a night, the founder who treats sleep like a tax on productivity. We talk about sleep as if it's a waste of time, a pause button for the brain, something you can train yourself to live without. But here's the truth. Sleep is one of the most active, carefully orchestrated states your brain ever enters. And no matter how strong you think you are, you cannot train your way out of it. In 1964, a 17-year-old high school student named Randy Gardner decided to find out what actually happens when you stop sleeping. He stayed awake for 11 days and 25 minutes, 264 hours. By day 2, his eyes lost focus. By day 3, he was irritable, moody, struggling to string a sentence together. By day 5, he was having vivid hallucinations. By day 11, he was convinced he was a famous football star, and he couldn't complete simple arithmetic. After the record, he collapsed into 15 hours of recovery sleep, and his brain returned to normal. The lesson is simple. Sleep is not optional. It is the brain's non-negotiable maintenance shift. Here's what makes that so strange. Sleeping is one of the most dangerous things an animal can do. You're unconscious, you're vulnerable, you're a sitting target. Evolution should have eliminated it millions of years ago. Yet every animal on Earth sleeps, flies, worms, even dolphins, who sleep one brain hemisphere at a time. Some migrating birds sleep while they fly. When a behavior survives that long despite making you a target for predators, it's not a flaw. It's a non-negotiable investment. Your brain is buying something with all that downtime, and you're about to see exactly what. So how does your brain decide when to sleep? Two systems work together. The first is sleep pressure. While you're awake, a chemical called adenosine builds up in your brain like sand filling an hourglass. The longer you stay up, the deeper the pressure, until the sand reaches the top and you can barely hold your eyes open. The second is the circadian clock, an internal 24-hour timer in a region called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. It tells your brain when that pressure should feel like night. The clock is partly genetic, and it's why some people are morning larks and others night owls. And here's the catch with caffeine. It works by blocking adenosine receptors. You're not creating alertness, you're borrowing it. The sand keeps falling underneath. When you do fall asleep, the night isn't one solid block. It's 4 to 5 cycles, each about 90 minutes, like floors in a building you descend and climb all night. Each cycle moves through the same stages in order. Light sleep, deep sleep, then a strange state called REM, rapid eye movement. Then the cycle repeats, and the mix isn't random. Early in the night, deep sleep dominates. As morning approaches, REM takes over, stretching into long, vivid sessions. This is why a short night quietly steals the stages your brain needs most. Let's walk the first floors. Stage 1 is the doorway light sleep, the drift between awake and asleep. Your muscles relax, your heart rate slows, your body temperature begins to drop, and your brain produces gentle theta waves. If someone wakes you here, you might swear you were still awake. Stage 2 is deeper. The brain fires in rapid bursts called sleep spindles and brief sharp waves called K-complexes. These spindles are your brain quietly packing away information. After a hard day of learning, your brain produces more of them. Stage 2 is where the sorting begins. Then comes Stage 3, deep, slow wave sleep. Your brain slows to large, synchronized delta waves, rolling like a slow ocean. The waves are so synchronized that if you could hear them, they'd sound like a distant drum. This is the hardest sleep to wake from, and for good reason. During deep sleep, your brain releases growth hormone, restores your body, and, as you'll see, literally cleans itself. Deep sleep is the pressure release valve. If you're sleep deprived, your brain will fight to recover deep sleep first. It's the most biologically protected stage of all. Then the strangest stage, REM. Your eyes dart rapidly under their lids, left and right. Your body is paralyzed, a protective lock so you can't act out what's happening in your head. Yet your brain lights up almost as much as when you're fully awake. Your heart rate climbs, your breathing quickens, your mind races. This is why REM is called paradoxical sleep. It's where dreams live at their most vivid. Your body is dead still, your mind is wide awake, and your brain is doing some of its most important emotional work of the night. Here's where sleep stops looking like rest and starts looking like work. During the day, a seahorse-shaped region called the hippocampus records your experiences like a temporary buffer. When you learn something, it's stored there, fragile, easily overwritten. During deep sleep, the hippocampus replays those experiences to the neocortex, the brain's long-term storage, over and over, at up to 20 times speed. It's a filing system running while you're unconscious. People who sleep after learning remember more than people who don't. Even a short nap with sleep spindles can measurably improve what you remember. Sleep doesn't pause your day, it files it. But there's a problem. Every day, learning strengthens connections between neurons. Synapses grow bigger, stronger, more numerous. If that never stopped, your brain would run out of energy, run out of space, and drown in noise. Signals would blur into each other. Sleep is the answer. During deep sleep, your brain systematically weakens the majority of synapses, keeping the important ones and trimming the noise. It's like pruning a garden, cutting back weak shoots so the strong ones flourish. Wake to strengthen, sleep to renormalize. A tired brain feels slow because it's literally saturated. That's why a clear head is a slept head. And now the discovery that changed how scientists think about sleep. In 2012, researchers found that during deep sleep, the space between your brain cells expands by about 60%. Cerebrospinal fluid flows in along your blood vessels and flushes waste out. The brain literally washes itself, pulse by pulse. This is the glymphatic system, and it clears a protein called beta amyloid, the same substance linked to Alzheimer's disease. Your brain has no other way to take out its trash. The harder you think during the day, the more waste your brain produces, and the deeper the wash it needs. Deep sleep is its only cleaning service. So what about dreams? REM is where they burn brightest. During REM, the amygdala, your emotional center, replays the day's events while a stress chemical called noradrenaline is switched off. The memories get stored, but the emotional charge gets stripped away. That's why sleep on it actually works. A conflict that keeps you up at night genuinely feels smaller in the morning because your brain processed it while you slept. Even the facts of the situation haven't changed, but your emotional reaction to them has. Why we dream at all is still debated. The emotional filing, that much is settled. Now for the part nobody likes. Staying awake changes how you think, and you won't notice it happening. After 17 to 19 hours awake, your cognitive performance is roughly the equivalent of a blood alcohol content of 0.05. Reaction time lengthens, judgment bends, working memory, the ability to hold several ideas in mind at once drops. And here's the trap. Sleep-deprived people consistently overestimate their own performance. You feel fine, and you're measurably worse. The sleep debt is invisible to the person carrying it, which is exactly what makes it dangerous. Short sleep doesn't just make you tired. Under 7 hours a night, night after night, and your immune system weakens, you catch more infections, and vaccines work less well. Sleep is when your immune system tags threats and your muscles repair microscopic tears. Your metabolism shifts. Hunger hormones rise, satiety drops, your body stores more fat. Your heart works harder. Your mood suffers. This isn't scaremongering, it's the most studied health behavior in modern medicine. Sleep duration consistently beats most other lifestyle factors in predicting long-term health. It's not a luxury. It's the foundation the rest of your health sits on, and the bill compounds over decades. Even one night of poor sleep measurably raises beta amyloid in the brain, the protein that clumps into the plaques of Alzheimer's disease. Chronic sleep loss is now considered a leading candidate risk factor for neurodegeneration. No single factor causes Alzheimer's, but the direction of the evidence is clear, and it's consistent enough that improving sleep is now treated as a genuine prevention target. Your brain's nightly self-cleaning is a long-term investment. Skip it often enough, and the interest compounds. Not with money, with function. Sleep loss also rewires your emotional life. In sleep-deprived brains, the amygdala, the threat detector, becomes around 60% more reactive. Neutral images start to read as threatening. Faces that are calm look hostile. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, the rational brake that would normally step in and calm things down, goes quiet. That's why tired people snap, overreact, and spiral. It's not personality. It's a brain with the alarm wired up and the fire department asleep. Sleep restores the balance between feeling and judgment. So if sleep is this important, why is it so hard? Look at your environment. For most of human history, night meant darkness. Then we invented light, and now the blue light of screens floods your eyes in the evening. Light tells your brain it's daytime. It delays melatonin, the timing signal that says darkness is coming. Prepare to sleep. Screens late at night literally push your circadian clock later, and caffeine makes it worse. Half of it is still in your blood 5 hours after your last cup. And a room that's too warm fights your body's natural temperature drop. You're not fighting biology. You're fighting your own environment. Your body is a schedule. The circadian clock regulates temperature, hormones, digestion, even cell repair, all on a roughly 24-hour loop. Everything from hunger to body temperature to when your cells rebuild runs on this clock. That's why jet lag hurts so much. Your body's internal timing is suddenly out of sync with the world. And the single most powerful anchor for that clock is not what most people expect. It's not the evening. It's the morning. Light in your eyes in the first hours after waking, real daylight, not screen light, sets the clock for the entire day. Morning light is the master switch. So here's how you actually improve your sleep. 1. Keep a consistent schedule, the same wake time every day, even on weekends. It anchors your circadian clock more than anything else. 2. Get morning light 10 to 30 minutes outside early in the day. 3. Make the bedroom dark and cool around 18 degrees. Darkness and cool temperature are your brain's signal to power down. 4. Protect the wind down, a buffer of low light. Low stimulation time before bed. Screens off, dim lighting. Let the brain ramp down. No single perfect night. Just consistent, boring, repeatable conditions. And of the 4, consistency is the one you cannot skip. Everything else is a bonus. Sleep is not the price of waking life. It's the other half of the cycle that makes waking life possible. Every night your brain files your memories, trims the noise, and washes itself clean. So the next time you're tempted to trade an hour of sleep for one more hour of screen time, remember what you're actually trading: memory, judgment, immunity, and the long-term health of the organ that makes you, you. Sleep well, and if this video changed how you think about sleep, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Thanks for watching.